Carrigaholt Castle. Carrigaholt village is located in a sheltered bay on the Shannon estuary. It takes its name from the Irish Carrigaholt, meaning Rock of the Fleet, an indication of its importance to seafarers. Samuel Lewis, who visited the area in 1837 whilst compiling his topographical dictionaries of Britain and Ireland, noted that 6 large boats known as hookers and 500 curraghs were based here. These boats were a vital fishing fleet and also transported locally produced agricultural goods like grain, butter and pigs. The handsome ruins of Carrigaholt Castle still stand proud on a headland in the estuary. The castle dates from the late 15th century, and it was the seat of the McMahon family, who were chieftains of Corcovashkin. 7 ships from the ill-fated Spanish Armada anchored here in the estuary in September 1588, as they attempted to regroup to sail home following the defeat by the English. The Spanish fleet had been battered by ferocious storms, and the beleaguered survivors anchored in the estuary to carry out running repairs to enable them to get home. Some of the crew attempted to land, though they received little support from the locals, as the English authorities had declared that they would execute anyone who offered aid to the Spanish. 6 of the ships set sail again shortly after, though one, the Annunciada, was so badly damaged in the storms that it was beyond repair. To stop the Annunciada falling into English hands, the crew set her on fire before returning home on the other ships. The last McMahon chieftain to occupy Carrigaholt was Taig Ceach, or Taig the Blind. He joined the rebellion against Queen Elizabeth I during the 9 Years' War, and with his experienced seafaring fighters, he managed to capture an English vessel in the Shannon estuary in 1598. Making the most of this turbulent time, he launched a series of raids to capture livestock and loot the lands of those who sided with Queen Elizabeth, including an attack on Donal O'Brien, brother of the Earl of Thomond. In retaliation, the Earl laid siege to Carrigaholt and executed many of McMahon's followers. For their role in the rebellion, the McMahons forfeited their lands, and Carrigaholt was given to their O'Brien enemies. Donal O'Brien inherited Carrigaholt, and he made a number of alterations to the castle. Evidence of this can be seen on a fireplace on the 5th floor that bears his initials and the date 1603. However, by the end of the century, the O'Briens found themselves on the wrong side of history, when Daniel O'Brien, Viscount of Clare, supported King James at the Battle of the Boyne. After James's defeat to William of Orange, the O'Briens lost their lands. The land in Carrigaholt Castle were granted to the Burton family, who resided in the castle until the 19th century. Today, Carrigaholt is a popular place for fishing, water sports, and dolphin watching. This protected area is an important environment that is home to over 200 bottlenose dolphins, as described by Jeff McGee.
Where the river comes out, it comes out rich in nutrients that it's brought down from the boglands of Ireland. It meets the plankton coming in from the Atlantic and the northeast Atlantic because of the cold water meeting warm water out in the Atlantic. It's full of plankton. We've got really plankton-rich waters. So that's why our water is green rather than blue, because of plankton, microplankton that you can't see. You've got lots of little fish coming in for the plankton. The plankton's coming in for the fresh water, mixing in with the salt water. The little fish are eaten by the bigger fish are eaten by the dolphins and the whales. We have 160 to 200 dolphins that live here all year round. We see them in groups that vary in size, from 2 or 3 up to 10, 15 or even 20. As well as that, you've got ocean-going seabirds that range the whole Atlantic. Manx shearwaters down to South America. The gannets, 2-meter wingspan, they follow dolphins around because the dolphins show them where the fish are. They range down to Africa, and all the seagull family, all the gull family are here. And they breed here also. A lot of those birds do.